Take it from the top. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Back to the livest marriage show known to man. And I claim that because I believe in our conversations. I want to say good morning, and I hope all is well out there. Today started off very productive, to say the least. And I am sitting with the love of my life next to me, and we have our wonderful dog with us, Kingston. Hey, babe.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien. Gracias. A2?
It's grassy.
Gracias. Is that like country Spaniel?
Oh.
Gracias.
No, gracias.
No. Hey, I was wondering, since you want to speak Spanish, have you been speaking Korean lately?
안녕하세요.
No, I just was trying to keep up with your Duolingo, and I'm noticing that
사랑합니다.
Sarange.
사랑해.
But I wanted to talk today about Kingston. Kingston is our dog.
What?
No, I would just humor me
Okay.
when we take him on walks, and I don't know if any of you guys have dogs, but those of you that have dogs, I just wanted to share some of our conversations, because when we first got this dog, I just want you to know, like, we have a great dog. The dog is well behaved until, like, it's a certain part of he gets really excited around other people, but when he calms down, he's really a good dog. Like, he'll bark in the house, and if he does it too much, we'll tell him go to his room, and he goes to his cage, and it's like, it's dope. So my wife did a really good job with preparing this dog for the world. And when I say that, I'm saying it to the world of our household. But when we go outside, that's when things are different. So we walk.
It's all home training.
we go outside. We go outside like 2 or 3 times a day just to walk Kingston, and to get physically fit, because we believe in health and wealth. But walking Kingston can be it could be an adventure, right? But I just want to specifically go to an encounter with another person that has a dog. So I'm like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the idea of when you have a dog when you walking a dog and you see another person with a dog, what do you think you're supposed to do? And our dog is like one of those dogs, like I said, he's like hasn't been around. I can't act like he hasn't been around people before, which he hasn't, I guess, because of the pandemic and whatever reasons. But we didn't know the etiquette, and I remember we ran into this. Well, I did. I ran into this young lady, and I asked her the etiquette of what you do, and I told my wife, I think I learned some new information because me and my wife, when we see people, we try our best to avoid them.
Yeah,
Not
be
because
like, oh God, please, I will turn directions.
She will, and it's not because we don't want to talk to these people. It's just, I guess we didn't know enough information. It was like, look, the dog is calm with us. We don't need him to be exposed to other people.
Look, he is a monster. He's so sweet in the house, but when you get out and he sees another dog, he immediately goes stiff, and he's like, oh, it's about to happen, y'all. It's about to happen. And I'll be like, no, it's not. So now we got to hold him real close to our side and try to walk. And the whole time I'm like, good boy, good boy, good boy, as we're walking past people, because you know what? He's going to lunge at the people. He tried to trick us today and go backward behind John and lunge at the biker that got by us.
Oh my God.
The thing is when he tries to fake you out, like, oh, I'm not even paying attention. I'm just over here sniffing, trying to see where I want to mark. Oh, turn around. That he's rutted at. He's a loose cannon. I don't like seeing him around other dogs or people because I can't. You just can't control it. And now he has this new thing. about his shadow. And he won't stop barking at it. And even we've let him loose so he could chase his shadow down. And he still thinks that this shadow is his arch nemesis that he must find. It's so horrible. Such an elusive enemy it is. So, yeah, walking Kingston is a bit much. And we're not professional dog people. I'm just a lover of dogs, but golly.
Yeah, she is a lover of dogs. She's definitely done a real. I just want you guys to know this dog is so well behaved.
As we tell you about how he's not behaved.
No, I'm saying like outside of meeting other, well, not even all the time. But I wanted to really talk about how Black people, well, my wife and I, view when we approach people now. Like I've told her we need to get into a habit of doing this thing called friendly. So when you're walking a dog and you see somebody else with a dog, you like, I don't know, like, so you're walking your dog and you like, I don't know, you like look like you're talking to your shoulder, but you're looking at them and you say friendly.
No, you got to say it with inflection. Friendly?
Yeah. It's so when you hear that, that means the dogs can meet. And it was one of those things where we're definitely not comfortable with walking up because, again, our dog isn't a big dog, but our dog thinks he's bigger than he is.
And he slap boxes.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
he really smacks dogs. Like
No, initially his initial approach is like, curiosity. And then he's like, oh, you seem cool. Slap. I mean,
now, I just want you guys to know he got the slap boxing from his mother, Kanika the Dew. And when I say, look,
it's all playful.
It is. Like she does this with him. And he thinks that's a way of showing love.
I had no idea that it was going to balloon into that, though.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So, look, when I tell you that the dogs really remember how it's treated and they learn these behaviors.
And I don't slap box and hurt him. It's
I
run my hand over his head and flop his ear.
And he doesn't know his weight, so he just be knocking dogs over like, and it's so crazy. But he's definitely a good looking dog too. I gave him a bath. Look, so check this out. My sister, she came and visited, and she was like, I was like, we gave him a bath. She was like, you mean in your tub? I was like, nah, I went to there's this place that it's like this pet place, and you can pay for actual giving a dog a bath. They got all the supplies. It's like, I don't know, $12 to $15. I think it's a great investment because not only that you can get to know your dog. Now, I want to say this, that typically my wife is with me. She is typically with me. And this time I felt like we weren't really talking right now. And I said I wanted to remain productive because I want to be present. So I decided to take the dog myself. And I want to say it was a pleasant experience to say the least, but I want to specifically say that I did not wash his balls and I did not clean his anus, but I used a brush and I just didn't rub his balls, but I tried to do the best I could in those areas. And, my wife typically does that. And in my head, now I just want you to know I'm working on becoming better. Now, mind you, I'm like, this is a better situation. My wife wouldn't expect me to go give my dog a bath. And if I do a good job, it's going to become the standard. And I was prepared for this, but I was not prepared to wash his balls. And I was comfortable with how far I had come. And I figured that maybe 2 or 3 more by myself, I'll wash his balls.
I mean, I'm hoping so, because you don't get out the shower without washing your balls and your butt, but you gonna let him walk around like that. It's a dog. It's literally, I bought a glove,
but I didn't know about a glove then, and it's still, You know what? You're right. I'm gonna look. I'll try, but maybe we should just do it together from now on.
Oh, we reverted back real fast, didn't we?
No, I don't.
5 seconds ago, he was getting better and doing it on his own. Then he was like, "Hey, you know what?
Maybe you thought that was a bonding moment between you and I
And
the dog. So it was like, we're a team.
I bonded with the dog.
Okay, so look, and there it is.
And I definitely enjoy you washing him. It's better than paying $60 for the groomer to do it. So I'm all for that.
Oh yeah, we I don't recommend anybody ever washing him again. And I feel like I will.
He needs his.
Wait, yeah, he can get that. I'm talking about like just washing him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like I can get good at that. And I want to tell you, like, I cleaned his ears, and he just let me do it. Like he really, like when we was doing his ears in the beginning, and he was like shaking his ears, and he got better and better. I was like, look, you invest in this dog. And he's like, they believe in me. So he just he opened it. Look,
he didn't open his ear.
I mean, no, I'm saying like he
he tilted over
he tilted his ear, but it wasn't like any like a jerk or anything. Those of you that can see us, I'm worried because we don't have a camera on.
You weirdo, schmeardo. But yeah, he needs he likes his little I'm worried about the winter though. The winter and taking him, see, the thing about taking him into a groomer is they make sure he's fully dry. When you go to the pet supply spot.
No, I no. Only reason why I didn't because I felt like he was like, okay, let's go. But that was the driest he's ever been with us. And yeah, I can do it longer, but I need to figure out how to clean his face. Because I don't want to get it in his mouth and all of that. What do you think? You any ideas? What did you have you cleaned him by yourself before like with all the extra supplies they have?
Oh no, I haven't cleaned him there. We just started going there when you got back here. Before, when I would wash him, I would just run the water over him, over his face. I would scrub like his beard and his mustache and stuff, but around his eyes just used a wet cotton swab, not cotton, like Q-tip, cotton ball.
Do you think
I can clean his eyes out?
So look, I do want people to know that when we originally got this dog, I was not on board. She went behind my back, and it was the best decision. For sure.
Backstory, he promised me a dog 20 years ago.
I did, so. but we got a great dog, and I just want you to know that
take matters into my own hands.
She did, and the dog that we have today is, I don't know, it's crazy because the way that I grew up on the idea of a dog and the way that she grew up, I just thought I knew more about dogs than she did.
I don't know why.
I know why.
He had a dog for 15 minutes that he can remember.
And you know what? This dog, yeah, I really
had a dog
for 15 minutes. I did. But I just thought I knew enough. That just, as a man, I could say that, she was like, we got insurance for this dog. And I'm like, oh my God, like the dog.
He has a wellness plan.
See what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know. In my head, I'm like, we are doing too much. And
because, we be thinking we supposed to have a dog and tie it up outside.
Yeah. So in my head, I didn't have a problem with that. Even though we didn't have that option. But
no.
I didn't think anything was, I would rather for the dog to be inside, but I'm still trying to figure out how I became a part of this dog family.
Because this is where I was naturally supposed to be.
Yeah.
And you were just going to come along for the ride.
For real. And it's crazy because I've learned so much from this dog. I realized that without having a dog, that I would have never been able to add another layer to my skin that allows me to kind of understand of raising something else. And the relationship that I have with this dog, I'm really envious of my wife's relationship with him, but the relationship that I have, I'm proud of because my kids are like, they believe that the dog loves me. So that means I win. but they know he loves his mama more. But what I'm saying is that this dog has made me feel like if you invest in anything that you really care about, like you put enough time in it, it will do what you want it to do. And I think that we get past the idea of the process and we just want the results. Because watching this dog, when I say this dog has gone over leaps and bounds in my mind of where this dog should be already. Like she's done such a good job, and you know, like she's just loved this dog. She's invested time into this dog, and to watch how this dog has turned into this, like, I don't know, it's so crazy. Like she believes he should have an Instagram page. And I'm gonna tell you why I believe it's true, because every time we go out, before, it's a different part of the town, but everybody used to always compliment this dog. And my wife didn't believe it in the beginning, and then she just noticed, well, maybe this dog is really good looking. And so whatever happened to that Instagram page?
First of all, it'd be a million little doodle Instagram pages, but they all be having a whole bunch of followers. So yeah, my problem is I'm not really, I have great plans, but my follow through game is subpar. So
what is up with that? It seems like a reoccurring thing.
You know, it's just, you know, the razzle to my dazzle is what makes me who I am. I have awesome ideas, and I have the ability to map stuff out and tell you exactly how you can execute it to get what you want. I can do that for myself. I've been mapping stuff out myself. But I lose interest quickly.
You know what I was thinking? How you could best use what you got.
What? I'm really worried because I don't like when people give me tasks. So go ahead.
Well, I mean, I don't think you'll follow through anytime soon. You said that already. But it's going to take some creative thinking for you. So remember, I told you that you were the smartest person I've ever met, right? In the beginning and now. And in my head, when I was away, going through my rediscovery, I was like, how do I have the smartest person I've ever had, like, right next to me, and I don't ask for counsel through anything. And I was like, I ended up here. So people don't know, like, where I ended up in my mind was very mediocre. And when I say mediocre, I felt like I could have been in a better position. And I said, like, why didn't I ask my wife for more advice? Because I, as a man, thought, you know, I'm going to figure it out. And I'm like, if I would have just asked her like anything, we could have been in a different position. So I brought all that to bring it to you. Who is the best executor you know?
Who's the best executor? He's smiling at me like he wants me to say him.
No, I'm saying when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
You are. Now, I will say that, look, the man be going through life with, I mean, it's the oddest thing, but he'll pick up something and he does it. Like, in most cases, you didn't end up on World Series of Poker. And
yet.
Yeah, and you know.
That's still, I told a friend of mine who's there now, okay. I said, I'm going to try to be there next year with you.
But you know, that's one of the things I think, and I'm sorry, you guys, I speak with such a hard S, but that's one of the things, like I will say I have a lot of strengths in being able to see the start of something to the end of something, and the little itty bitty spots in between are the things that you need, you know, to cover in order for it to be a good product in the end. But my follow through, he can definitely, when he sees that he wants to do something, he will do it. But the condition of the product at the end is not always as polished as I would like. So it often frustrates him because, well, it frustrates me too, because when you're doing stuff, I'm like, if you did this and this, it will help to have this outcome. Things will look a little bit more, and he'll be like, I want to do it like this. And then you just run with it. So I commend you on being able to finish. I think that's one of those things that we say we compliment one another. If only I could hand over my skills or you can hand over yours, we would be unstoppable.
See, I think that your level of expectation
it's different.
It is. So to me, I'm comfortable with where I am. You're not. So you're try to belittle my process. No, I just want you to hear what you did.
I wasn't belittling.
Because I told you how we could compliment each other, right? And you just told me that you don't like my product.
No. I didn't. I just said that it's not as polished as I think it could be.
In your expectation. But I'm telling you that it looks like I want it to look.
Okay.
Now, before, I will say that you could have definitely helped me in all aspects of my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not know how to do that. I didn't know how to ask. What were you going to say?
Nothing. I just think that it's all about vision and potential. And like, if you've only ever seen it look like this, then if you produce it and it looks like that, you're like, yeah, that's how I want it. But for me, I'm like, but it has the potential to be this or look this. So that's usually, it's not that what you do is bad at all. It's just that I see potential for something greater.
See, that's what I'm saying. I think
but that's not to belittle you.
No, well, to me, I think that you think presentation matters. And to me, I believe the product matters. And I feel like the product that I provide or was trying to bring was enough to get paid what I wanted. But the people want the presentation in the beginning. But I feel like over the course of time, the product will pay for itself as long as you keep investing in it.
I don't always think in terms of the end product and what it looks like. I think about all the components that make it a stronger product overall.
I totally get that.
In the business venture before.
Oh, no.
I'm like, you should do this, cover this, these bases, this. And you're like, you're not into details.
Because I believe in my product.
Are not a part of the basic building blocks of what you want. If I get 1, 2, and 3, I can reach my end goal.
I'll give you an example. Do you know those rundown mom and pop shops that people go to?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what I look at. I look at like the presentation isn't what you think, but if you keep doing what you believe in, people will recognize it at some point.
I agree. But at the same time, it's like the other example. Like, say you are trying to build your mom and pop shop.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some business things that you don't feel are important, but in the end, it could stop you. Somebody can hang you up and say, oh, you owe me for this, or this is my trademark, so now you got to pay me for that. I'm saying cover your bases ahead of time so that you can function and do what you want. It's not always how shiny the product is in the end. It's how stable and how secure it is.
Yeah,
so
I think
no one can break your kingdom down. Like that's different.
I think I didn't look at it that way. I looked at it
Yeah, but I think that during that time period, I didn't care what it looked like in the end. I was looking at the structure and how, signing this paperwork and getting this in place keeps you safe and it keeps your business sound. Whereas you were interested in getting the product out there for people to consume.
Correct.
I'm saying No. There are other things that, you know, could, while your business is growing, you can be secure in knowing that people can't just come and take from you, or, you know, and I feel like that's a risk that you are willing to take.
I do. Yes, that is.
Just to get it out there. I feel like you have to make sure that the structure is sound before you start putting all the extra bells and whistles and getting it out there for people to consume.
I guess I understand it's like covering your bases thing. I think I just, in the laws and principles of life, I just feel like, especially with the way that that young comedian that is very impressionable told people to stop watching his specific show.
Oh yeah.
That the level of influence, I feel like people want to do the right thing now.
No, but I don't think I love when people say, you know, the energy you put out is the energy you get back and all the other stuff. But the fact remains that you could want positive things for everybody around you. That does not mean that's how people are going to return that energy. Everybody is operating on survival.
Yeah, but that's not my intent is specifically to do it because I'm hoping to change, not because I think they're ready.
You know, and that's fine. I think the difference is you're out to change lives, and I'm here for the basics of, like, survival. And I'm not saying in this point, no, I'm in protection. One thing I will say, I don't like people taking advantage of me. I don't like people feeling like they're going to get something over on me. And so for whatever I can do, I protect myself. So it's so ironclad that I don't want you to ruin my perception of you by trying to sideswipe me on some stuff. Let me just make sure it's ironclad so that you don't even have the opportunity to show me how shiesty you could be. Mm-hmm. Let me just make sure that I clear all this up.
Oh no, that's what I said.
Then you and I can stay in great standing.
Your organizational skills are stupendous.
Yeah, but
you're right. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I said I appreciate that compliment. But I was saying, with you, how can we help you by using me? You use my hands. You allowed me to use your hands.
Yeah, you know, I tried that. You know, like when I would be like, you know, just remind me to drink my water.
No, not that.
No, I'm saying let's go to different things. Okay. Remind me to drink my water. And then, you know, you'll bring me a water bottle and I'll just look at you like, or, you know, I want to make sure that I work out. You be like, okay, is it time to work out? And I'll be like, I don't want to do that. Not right now. So it's like, even when I assign you tasks to assist me in being able to follow through, I'm still not doing it. I've been looking at somebody on a podcast I listened to. They were talking about manifestation maps. Mm-hmm. Looks like vision boarding, but really? I don't know. Vision boards didn't really work for me, and I guess manifestation maps have a different spin to it. I'm not really sure. But, like, I'm always trying to trust me, I'm always restarting, always trying. And my restart time is so much faster now. Like, before it used to be like, I set a goal and then I fall off. And then maybe like 5, 6, 7 months later, I'm like, I'm going to do it. And then the cycle continues. Now it'll be like a week later and I'll be like, oh, come on, get it together. But I don't know. I'm always seeking out ways to kind of break past that barrier of just lacking that motivation to keep going. You know, it's all fun and games when you're excited, but when you hit a little bit of resistance, can't think of what concept you want to write on yet, or the scale is not moving, or, you know, this job is not doing what I thought it was going to do. Like, then I just kind of fall off.
So it could be anything?
Anything.
Are you sure that it could be anything, or are you just assuming that it? Because
what do you mean? This is my perspective with anything I encounter.
No.
Or
with what causes you to fall off?
Oh, yeah, it could be anything. It could be, it's Friday and it's pizza day. It could be that the holidays are coming and I know my mom is making macaroni salad. It could be somebody put a bottle of wine up in here, so this water is gonna sit to the side. So it could be a myriad of a variety of
Is
things.
it will?
Oh yeah, like my willpower. But and then it makes me really sad because it's like I can see it. I can map it out. I can put it on the wall. I can look at it and be like, yes, all I have to do is do this. And then all I have to do is do this. And I just...
So tell me this. When you get... All right. Let's try to think about all the times where you've ran into the wall.
All right.
What... Was it just like, what changed? Was it something that happened like something that affected you like just a bad day? Or could it like literally be like somebody cut you off and you was like, you know what, I'm gonna go have some ice cream. So I want to know, is it something that
if somebody cuts me off, that I do the immediate release and start just screaming and cussing in the car. But if I'm having a bad day, that could definitely send me. I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna go get me a drink and a little appetizer. Like I definitely soothe myself with food and tasty beverages. Or sometimes, when things get to be a bit much, I will zone out to things that I know will make me laugh. I need to focus on laughing. So I'll go scroll through Instagram, and I have certain people I follow solely so when the rest of the world is getting on my nerves, like I have somewhere where I can go and just giggle, and I feel good about myself. But it never really puts me back on the path to say, okay, let's try again. It's always like, and then I move on with my day.
Your life seems so difficult.
My life isn't difficult.
Makes me sad as a husband.
Okay. Well, my life isn't difficult. I think that it's living a life where you see all of your potential and it's just outside of your reach. And you feel like you got the means of getting there. And then you have to sit there and say, but why are you not there yet? Weren't you talking about this 2 years ago? You still at the same spot 2 years later trying to figure this out? Like,
no, I think you look at it wrong though. I think it's easy to beat yourself up for doing that, because when I told you do everything well, timing is everything. So whatever you think, there is something innately in you that allows you to not go into anything that is not in your best interest. I don't know if you've recognized that, but you can counter everything, but you got to look at it as a way and how I can improve it. But when I look at the things that you do not invest yourself into things that is not going to really fully engage you. You think you're interested in it, but I think it's a different drive that you haven't recognized yet.
Well, I think that that's another struggle for me, because I've never really been able to pinpoint what it is I felt like. I don't necessarily know if like some people will be like, I'm walking in my purpose. I'm doing exactly what I was supposed to do. This is what I've always dreamed. I've never had that. I've never had a specific dream like, this is what I want. This is what I want. No. So it's kind of hard because it feels like I'm just kind of floating out here, and I'm hoping that something will spark a flame in me that won't extinguish.
Got you. Can I help you with that?
You've been around a long time and still over here at ground zero. So
I know, but you were not my priority. I'm talking about as far as trying to help you, because I really thought you knew what you wanted to do. So there's no way I would have invested time into trying to figure out what you would want to do in life.
No. I'm one of those people that when you walk past my desk, it looks like I'm extremely busy and productive. and I'm sitting here spinning wheels.
No. I think that helping you find something that you genuinely love is going to be fine.
Well, you know, the weird thing is that there are certain themes that have stood the test of time for me, like for years. It just keeps circling around. And I can never really, I feel like if it's that persistent without me even trying, it seems like it's something that I need to pursue.
What's that?
Like books. I went to school for so many different things, but when I graduated and I really sat back and thought about what I would have loved to have done, like I like to edit things. I like to read. I was like, I probably should have looked into being a book editor, but nobody ever really, I never thought about what would be the path of doing that or doing something that is solely off of passion. The last, maybe, when did he die? Maybe the last 4 years, I've been thinking about this one book that I want to write. And in the last couple of weeks, another book I wanted to write. And I think even before that, we had talked about doing a family series with the kids of another concept. It's like the idea of writing it. I love it, but I never pursue it. And the idea of community building, like ever since I was in high school, I wanted an environment where kids could go and they could just be filled with knowledge and interests and good role models and, you know, able to escape stereotypes and really explore everything, you know what I'm saying? And changing communities and providing opportunities. That carried me, it floated in and out from high school into grad school. That's what put me into my master's programs. Mm-hmm. And ain't done it yet, buddy.
I'm saying, you're saying it like it had to be done at a certain time. Like,
I know. I mean, and I'm still young.
And not only that, I want you to understand, when you accomplish that, it's just on to the next one. So you should have something prepared, because that's going to happen regardless. Like, that's why I'm telling you, when I had got to the point, like I was telling dude, that in Abu Dhabi, when she wasn't working and the kids were in school where the tuition was more than the institution I attended, and I'm working and we're traveling the world and stuff, and it's like, okay, I'm here, and it was no level of fulfillment at all. It was just like, okay, this is it. This is what it feels like. And with you, it's like you're gonna have to really searching within yourself, because when you just told me you want to be a book editor, it's like, I don't want to be bothered by nobody, and I just want to do a really good job because I know I'm good at that.
Oh yeah. That's definitely where I was going.
Now, what is that? Who did I marry?
First of all, I don't even like people.
We understand this, and you said
and
it out loud
that,
now.
And I mean that. I don't like. No. Let me say this. Now, I look rather unapproachable, but I am nice.
She's very nice.
I do like meeting people, but my day-to-day, I do not like having to deal with a lot of personalities and the things that are going on with them. I love peace and quiet and my own thoughts and my imagination. And so when I say I don't like people, I'm being funny, but my day-to-day, I just like imagination and peace. And when I thought about that, I mean, and this was years and years ago that I had really said that was probably the direction I should have gone in college. pre-pandemic life, I was like, I could work from home. I could travel wherever I want and just read books and edit, and I could do whatever I want.
So you're
I was
telling
ahead
me,
of my time, but
no, I don't understand though. Like, well, you know what? I quit. I understand because I guess when I was thinking of book editing, I was thinking of some boring books. I was thinking of like textbooks.
Oh no! Oh my God! Although I would be willing to do that. I would be willing to edit social studies books.
To be mad?
Yep.
Oh, it would be powerful.
No.
It would be so wonderful to edit that because you can definitely change the narration or the way that you view things by just words being changed.
It's the truth.
That is a wonderful. That you know what? That's a dope idea.
Yeah,
and it's purposeful too.
I definitely would not want to edit anything for like science or I like dabbling in math, but I wouldn't want to do that. But a social studies book, I feel like we make these kids sit for an hour to learn all this stuff, and the view is so skewed. It's ridiculous. And I think last year our kids were online, and I did a lot with my daughter in her 8th grade social studies class. I'm saying an entire year to focus on the Revolutionary War. Just stab me in my ear now, because in 2021 there's so much that has taken place in the building of this country and in the interactions we've had with the world and amongst ourselves, that you do not need an entire year to talk about that little piece of history. That little piece of history where the country was problematic off top. I feel like that it was too much. So for me, it's a no for me. All of that. I would love to edit the textbook.
Yeah. Just thinking about being in this position in time to think about where are we going and how do we fix it. And this podcast is an example of us trying to rescript the culture one conversation at a time. And we only want to plant seeds. You have to do your own research to find peace. And a lot of us are just moving day by day by day by day by day and not even appreciating the moments until something bad happens or you get recognized for some type of accomplishment, and then it's just back to back to day by day by day, and it's too repetitive. And if you haven't recognized the cycle you're walking in, then that's what your life is going to be. And my wife, even though she wants to be this book editor, she has given me another view of how to look at something, because in my eyes, when I heard you always say that, it was just, you wanted to like not be bothered by people. But now I see it could be so much more fun if you're doing like novels, because you get to be in their
fall into their stories.
I know, and I didn't think about that, and that just shows you that you have no time for mankind because you just want their imagination.
I do. Just give me what's most valuable out of you. Not all the stuff that the world done stripped of you. Give me your imagination.
Yeah, that's a different way to view. And I can see how you could do that. And just think of this. As long as you take care of your health, you can literally do that for the remainder of your existence, especially if you're good. And we know she does everything well. Yeah. But I just wanted to give a special shout out to Moneyball. Moneyball is an up and coming product
been
brand.
Around.
I'm talking about Nation, like Total Nation.
Yeah.
It's up and coming in the state of Michigan. And the product is really good.
Moneyball is an athletic clothing line, hats. It's Sweatshirts, sweatpants, socks, all that. They got licensing with Michigan State, so
Go green.
all the MSU stuff is gonna come from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And just wanted to make sure we support that company because this could put a lot of money back into different cities in the state of Michigan. And we already know how different areas could be improved. So let's put back into the community and support Moneyball for sure. My love, do you have any special shout outs you want to give?
No, I don't think today I do.
Are you okay? It just, I think I killed you today during the walk because when this morning she had this upbeat personality and I think I beat her up because she sounds like she's really exhausted now. I promise she was not like this morning.
No. Well, you know what? I guess shout out to the conversation because it just makes me want to go back and really look at myself and figure out how to, spark this flame. I see so many people every day so excited about what they're doing and really, really like grabbing a hold of their life. And I'm going to thank everybody that I scroll past on social media that is shining and doing their thing. And hopefully I'm going to catch that spark.
Definitely. I'm going to help you catch that spark because I am in my element. I really enjoy working on becoming a better husband to you. And then I get to talk about it because the whole point of me using my voice on this platform is to show people how you can constantly change for the better if you try. And you can watch my wife improve her health and overall well-being because her husband has dedicated his life to make her smile. A better one every day. I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
So for everybody else out there, make today better than yesterday. Don't worry about anything you can't control. GATA, get after that action, or that action will get after you. Peace.